Imagine your favorite NBA superstar, sharp suit, dazzling smile, legendary on the court. Now picture that same player caught in a scandal so shocking it rocked the sports world. Behind the glory, fame, and million-dollar contracts lie secrets, controversies, and moments they'd rather forget. From courtroom drama to locker room fights, this isn't the highlight reel they want you to see. In this video, we reveal the most shameful scandals of NBA legends. Some you've heard whispers about, others completely hidden until now. Get ready for the truth behind the game. Michael Jordan, gambling troubles and conspiracies. Michael Jordan, known as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, had a shining career, but off the court, things weren't always perfect. In the early 1990s, his gambling habits raised eyebrows. It all started when a check worth $57,000 was found in the account of a man who had been convicted of drug dealing. People were shocked. At first, Jordan claimed it was just a loan. Later, he admitted it was money he lost playing golf and poker. This wasn't a one-time issue. In the same year, 3 other checks totaling $108,000 were found in a murdered bail bondsman's briefcase, also linked to gambling debts. A businessman named Richard Esquinas wrote a book where he claimed Jordan owed him over $1 million from gambling during a golf trip. Jordan didn't fully deny this, but did say the number was exaggerated. They eventually settled the debt for $300,000 in payments. Jordan was also often seen in casinos, even during the NBA playoffs, betting on blackjack and other games. He even bet on things like cartoon races shown on the big screens in stadiums. While gambling wasn't illegal, all this attention brought trouble. The NBA launched 2 investigations to see if he had broken any league rules. He was cleared both times, but the damage was done. Many people questioned his image. Some even started conspiracy theories when Jordan retired in 1993, thinking it might be connected to these controversies. There was no proof, just a lot of rumors and speculation. LeBron James, the China controversy. In October 2019, a major controversy began involving LeBron James and China. It started when Daryl Morey, the general manager of the Houston Rockets, tweeted support for protesters in Hong Kong. The Chinese government reacted strongly. China cut ties with the Rockets, canceled NBA broadcasts, and removed sponsorships. The NBA lost hundreds of millions of dollars. In response, the league released a statement about free speech, but it upset people on both sides. Some felt it was too weak, while others thought it was too critical. LeBron James eventually spoke about it. He said Morey wasn't fully educated on the topic and warned that his tweet could have caused harm. LeBron said he wasn't against free speech, but the timing of the tweet could have caused real problems. This response did not go well. Protesters in Hong Kong burned his jerseys. In the United States, people accused him of caring more about business than human rights. Politicians also got involved, criticizing him for protecting his financial interests. In 2022, reports came out saying LeBron had been upset about the tweet while he was in China, worried it might affect a movie he was working on. In 2023, former player Enes Kanter Freedom accused him of ignoring human rights issues. There were also unverified rumors in 2025 about cheating scandals and odd connections to celebrity parties. While none of these accusations were confirmed, LeBron's statements made people uncomfortable. He never supported China's government directly, but the way he handled the situation hurt his image. Steph Curry, housing controversy in Atherton. In 2023, Steph Curry and his wife Aisha faced criticism after they opposed a new housing development near their mansion in Atherton, California. The project would have added 16 townhouses, including 4 for middle-income families. Even though Curry had spoken in favor of social justice and equality in the past, he and his wife sent a letter to the city council asking to cancel the development. They said they supported housing projects, but not one so close to their home. Their main concern was safety and privacy. They didn't want people looking into their backyard from tall buildings. They even asked for a taller fence if the project went ahead. Other wealthy residents also opposed the plan, citing concerns like traffic and property values. In the end, the city approved the project, but said they might make it smaller. The internet exploded with criticism. Many called the Currys hypocrites. However, some people defended them, saying they had a right to protect their privacy, especially since they have young kids. Despite the backlash, Curry's basketball career was not affected. He continued winning awards and getting support from fans and politicians. But the debate about privacy versus public responsibility stayed alive. Chris Paul, locker room showdown. In January 2018, after a heated game between the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Clippers, a strange and dramatic incident occurred. Chris Paul had just left the Clippers to join the Rockets, and tensions were already high between him and his former teammates, especially Blake Griffin and Austin Rivers. During the game, players exchanged words, and there were multiple ejections. After the final buzzer, Paul, along with teammates Trevor Ariza, James Harden, and Gerald Green, decided to confront Griffin and Rivers in the Clippers locker room. Paul used his knowledge of the arena's layout to lead them through a back hallway. Security and team staff intervened before things got physical. Clint Capella even knocked on the front door as a distraction. The NBA took the situation seriously. Ariza and Green were suspended, while Paul and Harden were considered peacemakers and faced no punishment. Though nothing major happened, the incident became headline news. It was petty, chaotic, and unforgettable. It reminded fans that behind the scenes, NBA rivalries can get very personal. Kobe Bryant, 2003, sexual assault allegation. In 2003, Kobe Bryant's legacy was shaken by serious accusations. While staying at a Colorado resort for knee surgery, he invited a 19-year-old hotel worker to his room. She later accused him of rape, saying the encounter began consensually but turned violent. She described being choked and assaulted. Physical evidence supported parts of her story, including injuries and DNA samples. Kobe denied the allegations at first, but later admitted to cheating on his wife. He insisted everything was consensual. He was arrested and charged, but the criminal case was dropped after the woman refused to testify, citing media pressure and threats. A civil case followed and was settled privately. Kobe gave a public apology, acknowledging the woman didn't see the events the way he did. The case impacted Kobe's reputation for years. Though he went on to win more titles and rebuild his image, the issue remained a part of his story. After his death in 2020, tributes mostly ignored the case, sparking new debates about how legacies are remembered. Chris Webber, the Ed Martin scandal. Chris Webber's scandal began in his teenage years and followed him into the NBA. Ed Martin, a former auto worker involved in illegal gambling, claimed he gave Webber and other Michigan players large amounts of money starting when they were in high school. Martin said he gave Webber nearly $280,000. Webber denied it, even under oath. But when Martin was arrested in 2002 for laundering over $600,000, he provided details to federal agents. Webber eventually admitted to lying and pleaded guilty to criminal contempt. As a result, Webber was fined $100,000, had to do community service, and ended up with a criminal record. The University of Michigan faced major consequences. Wins were vacated, banners were taken down, and Webber was banned from the program for 10 years. His legacy with the famous Fab Five team was damaged. Although he was later inducted into the Hall of Fame, this scandal remains a dark chapter in his story. Magic Johnson, HIV announcement and advocacy. In November 1991, Magic Johnson made a shocking announcement. He had tested positive for HIV. At that time, HIV was widely misunderstood and seen as a death sentence. Magic's announcement was a turning point. He had found out after a routine life insurance. He immediately informed his wife, Cookie, who was pregnant. Thankfully, she and their unborn child tested negative. Magic retired from the NBA but promised to raise awareness and prove that life didn't end with an HIV diagnosis. He kept that promise. He returned to play in the 1992 All-Star Game, won MVP, and even joined the U.S. Dream Team for the Barcelona Olympics. Though he briefly tried to return to the NBA, some players were uncomfortable and he stepped away again. In 1996, he made a short return, playing 32 games. Off the court, his foundation worked to educate people, fight stigma, and support those living with HIV. Magic Johnson's announcement didn't end his legacy, it expanded it. He became a symbol of hope, strength, and change. Larry Bird firing Isaiah Thomas. When Larry Bird became the president of basketball operations for the Indiana Pacers in August 2003, one of his first major moves was firing head coach Isaiah Thomas. Bird wasted no time replacing Thomas with Rick Carlisle, a coach he trusted more. Bird didn't hold back. He said the team had underperformed and lacked urgency. The Pacers had a roster full of talent but failed to get past the first round of the playoffs for 3 consecutive seasons under Thomas. Bird claimed his decision wasn't about Thomas's strategy but about his gut feeling. He also noted that communication between them had been poor. Although player Jermaine O'Neal supported Thomas, Bird felt that wasn't enough. Thomas, for his part, said Bird made a mistake and believed they could have built something special together. He even suggested he might have prevented the infamous Pistons-Pacers brawl in 2004 if he had stayed. The Pacers did well under Carlisle, initially winning 61 games the next season, but tension between Bird and Thomas lingered for years, keeping their rivalry alive long after their playing days. Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole. In October 2022, Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green made headlines after punching teammate Jordan Poole during a team practice. The altercation was caught on video and leaked online, turning a private team conflict into a national story. Green, a veteran with multiple championships, was seen as a leader. Poole was a younger, rising star, and tensions reportedly grew after Poole signed a huge contract extension. Some believe jealousy or frustration played a role, though Green denied this. After the punch, Green stepped away from the team and apologized. The Warriors fined him but didn't suspend him, which upset fans and sports commentators. The incident was seen as a major distraction, and Green later admitted it affected the team's chemistry throughout the season. The Warriors were eliminated in the playoffs, and Poole was traded to the Washington Wizards. The punch is now seen as a turning point that disrupted team unity and possibly the dynasty's momentum. Penny Hardaway, NCAA violations and controversies. Penny Hardaway, former NBA star and coach of the Memphis Tigers, got into trouble with the NCAA over a payment he made to the family of James Wiseman, a top recruit. In 2017, before Hardaway was Memphis's head coach, he gave Wiseman's family $11,500 to help them move. Since Hardaway had previously donated to the university, the NCAA considered him a booster, making the payment a violation. In 2018, when Wiseman committed to Memphis and Hardaway became head coach, the situation became serious. Instead of benching Wiseman when the NCAA flagged the issue, Memphis played him in 3 games, which only worsened the situation. The team eventually faced 3 years of probation and budget cuts. Hardaway himself wasn't punished at first, but more violations came later. In 2023, he was suspended for 3 games due to recruiting violations. Then in 2024, a letter surfaced accusing Hardaway of additional payments and academic fraud. He fired multiple staff members, saying he wanted to fix the program. Though Memphis continues to perform well in the court, the scandals have cast a shadow over Hardaway's coaching legacy. Karl Malone, underage pregnancy scandal. In 1983, Karl Malone, then a 20-year-old college basketball player, fathered a child with a 13-year-old girl named Gloria Bell. The age of consent in Louisiana was 17, so the situation amounted to statutory rape. Bell gave birth to a son, Demetrius Bell, in 1984. No criminal charges were filed, reportedly because Bell's family believed Malone could better support the child if he stayed out of prison. In 1986, a paternity suit proved Malone was the father. He was ordered to pay $125 a week in child support, but initially argued that the amount was too high. Despite being the child's biological father, Malone refused to be involved in Demetrius's life. When the boy reached out at 17, Malone allegedly said it was too late. They began to reconcile in 2014, and by 2018 they were seen together publicly. The story resurfaced during the 2023 NBA All-Star Weekend when Malone appeared as a contest judge. Critics called out the NBA for honoring Malone despite his past. Malone has rarely addressed the issue, and when he has, it was seen as deflective. Kevin Garnett, cancer comment controversy. On November 2, 2010, during a heated game, Detroit Pistons forward Charlie Villanueva accused Kevin Garnett of calling him a cancer patient. Villanueva has alopecia universalis, a condition that causes complete hair loss, and he felt the remark was deeply offensive. Villanueva tweeted about it after the game, sparking public outrage. Garnett responded by denying the allegation, claiming he said Villanueva was cancerous to his team and the league, not that he looked like a cancer patient. The backlash was strong, as fans and commentators debated Garnett's intent. His coach, Doc Rivers, supported Garnett's version of events. No punishment came from the NBA, but the incident left a stain on Garnett's image. Social media amplified the controversy, and although it eventually faded, it remains a notable chapter in Garnett's legacy. Rick Barry, racist comment on live TV. Rick Barry, an NBA Hall of Famer, damaged his broadcasting career with an inappropriate comment during the 1981 NBA Finals. While analyzing a photo of Bill Russell on live TV, Barry described Russell as having a big watermelon grin. The remark was widely criticized for its racist overtones. Barry claimed he was unaware of the term's history and later apologized. Russell accepted the apology, but made it clear they weren't friends. CBS chose not to renew Barry's contract the following year, partly due to this incident. Barry's autobiography later included more controversial opinions, especially about black teammates. These comments reinforced the perception that he was tone deaf on racial issues. While his basketball accomplishments remain respected, his off-court reputation took a hit that lingered throughout his retirement. Kevin Durant, burner account scandal. In September 2017, NBA superstar Kevin Durant found himself at the center of a social media controversy when he accidentally posted from his main Twitter account while trying to use a secret or burner account. He responded to a fan's criticism of his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, referring to himself in the third person and criticizing his former teammates and coach. It became clear he meant to post it from a burner account, revealing that he was secretly defending himself online. Durant later admitted to having multiple burner accounts, saying it helped him connect with fans and speak freely without being judged. He called the mistake idiotic and apologized. The incident led to widespread mockery and memes across the internet. Though it hurt his public image, especially in the eyes of some fans who saw him as overly sensitive, it didn't slow down his basketball career. Durant continued to perform at a high level and became even more outspoken online. Scottie Pippen, financial troubles and legal drama. Scottie Pippen, a six-time NBA champion, is often celebrated for his incredible skills and partnership with Michael Jordan. But off the court, Pippen faced major financial setbacks. After retiring, he lost over $20 million due to poor investments and bad advice. A major part of this loss came from trusting financial advisor Robert Lund. Lund forged Pippen's signature to secure a $1.4 million loan and mismanaged funds. He was later convicted of bank fraud and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Pippen also bought a Gulfstream II jet in 2002 for $4.3 million without a proper inspection. It couldn't fly and needed nearly $1 million in repairs. He sued and recovered $2 million, but the damage was done. His real estate investments didn't fare much better. He lost money on properties in Portland and Chicago and later sued his law firm for negligence. In total, Pippen reportedly lost close to $27 million. Despite earning over $100 million during his playing career, these losses significantly reduced his net worth. Today, he's still financially stable, but far from the wealth he once had. His story serves as a cautionary tale about trusting the wrong people and the importance of financial literacy. Every legend has a story, and not all of them are pretty. These scandals remind us that even the biggest stars have flaws.